2024 is knocking on your door.
You can do this. It's not about making excuses. It's about making adjustments.
This is the year that I get crystal clear on my values.
Stop making excuses and make the adjustment, because you can have what you want, do what you want, be what you want, but you cannot do it if you're coming up with all these reasons why. The window of opportunity is small. It's small, all right? But there's an opportunity.
You got to go all in.
I'm all in. I'm all in. Are you all in?
All you got to do is be prepared with the right mindset and just let it come in.
The issue you have is you. Ask yourself the question, where do I want to be? And where don't I want to be? We get so wrapped up in where we want to be that we don't ever think about where we don't want to be. And more than that, the price that we have to pay and the collateral damage that takes place when I don't get where I'm supposed to be, and the lives that are grossly impacted by the decisions that I'm making.
Commit to doing the things that you knew you should have been doing last year. This year, don't settle for good enough.
And that most of what you see in the material realm that irritates you and frustrates you and causes you to spiral into these places of anxiety and depression is a direct result of your mentality.
You see, what man can be, he must be. And if you are planning on being anything less than what you're capable of, you're gonna be unhappy. So make this the year where you decide to just get better.
Celebrate the small wins along the way. And that's exactly how you keep yourself focused. That's exactly how you keep yourself going. That's exactly how you stay fueled up.
This is the year I give it everything I have. This is the year I stop complaining about the past. This is the year that I don't make excuses. This is the year that I embrace my non-negotiables. This is the year that if I see it in my head, I can hold it in my hand. Tomorrow is not promised. And so stop thinking that you're gonna figure this thing out tomorrow, that you can do it tomorrow. There are some things that are urgent and there are some things that are important. And those things that are urgent that you need to crush, that you need to accomplish, that you need to do, how you need to forgive, how you've got to shift perspective, how you've got to rebuild bridges that you burned because you were so upset.
I want you to stop looking towards tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and start looking towards where you need to be right now.
Because the challenge that we all face is the challenge of choice. If you genuinely took a minute and thought about all the choices that you could make, but the choices that you could make and the choices you will make, that is where the magic is. The magic that human beings have is in our ability to overcome what we face. And this could be the year. In fact, no, this will be the year where you become more by what you overcome.
It is possible to accomplish what you see in your head, to hold it in your hand. It is possible. The question is, can you give your all?
So you got to do what you got to do. But when it gets hard, I want you to realize you could have took the easy route. But there is no easy route. So keep pushing, keep climbing, keep grinding, keep giving all of you to put yourself in position to win.
It's time to break through the disempowering, limited belief systems that we've carried our whole life. There was a future that I desire. I believe in the power of my future. And as much as life has tried to amputate my spirit, I refuse to go down. I refuse to stop here. I refuse to let go. I refuse to give in. I refuse to keep living at 50%.
But you can't allow your past mistakes to define you. Listen, Just because things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to the last time doesn't mean that things won't work out in your favor this time.
I want you to remember this. You are not defined by the setbacks. You are not defined by your mishaps. You are not defined by your failures. Unless you quit. Unless you give up. But see, giving up is not part of your anatomy. Giving up is not in your DNA. Giving up is not who you are. And thus, whenever you face adversity, whenever that fear creeps into your mental, whenever you start to doubt yourself, you will immediately shut down those negative thoughts, shut down those negative voices, and rise up and pick yourself up.
There are things that you have overcome. People have neglected you. People have overlooked you. People have underrated you, and you overcame it. Life has hit you as hard as it could, and you're still alive.
Look, a great life. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. And the best way to design that is to just get started. Say it with me. Come on. Just get started.
I don't know what your goal is. For many of you, it's to stop drinking or stop smoking or stop partying every day, just being addicted to toxicities. Some of you are involved in toxic relationships and you are just flat out tired of where you are. And you know you need to break up. You know if you don't, you're going to spiral into a very dark place. And I just want to encourage you to start now, little by little. Make the decisions that are required to fulfill your destiny.
Just understand that you got to go all in. Give everything you got within yourself. Give all or give nothing.
You got this. And you have to stop believing that you don't.
I want you to take a second and think about the day you walk across that stage in your cap and gown. How you gonna be feeling when you can look back on everything that you had to overcome to be living in this moment? It will not be surprising that you will be overcome with joy and moved to tears because you understand all of the fears, all of the setbacks, all of the hard days, all of the struggle. It will move you. It will touch you. You will be overcome with a sense of pride because you got it done. You talked a good game, but you backed it up.
You need to learn the lessons of your mistakes. Forgive yourself and forgive others so you can move forward. You've got a luminous, brilliant, powerful future. It's time to step into it.
So when that moment comes, I want you to react accordingly. You got this, my friend. Don't for 1 second doubt the greatness of you. Don't for 1 second think that you can't achieve just because you had a rough day, just because you hit a setback, just because you had a rough patch, just because things didn't go according to plan at that particular moment. This is your life. I need you to own it. Don't you get it?
Don't you want to feel what it's like to actually live? Feel what it's like to actually be happy and cheerful every day? Feel what it's like to wake up with a smile on your face when you look in the mirror? Feel peace in your heart when you open up your bank account? Feel happy when you are present and focused with your family instead of anxious and overwhelmed? Well, if you do, you got to make a choice. And the choice is simple. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself as to this next year is going to be the year you transform, and make the transformation now.
Some of you, you're not starting for the first time. Some of you, you had to put it down. Some of you, you went into isolation and you almost lost your mind, but you're coming out of the darkness and you're coming out of the shadow now and you're coming out of obscurity and you're going to start this thing that you kept pushing off, and comfort will no longer be your companion because you are stepping into the corridors of destiny. And it's time for you to show up in the arena of life and tell life, I'm here now. I'm here now. Tell every person that spoke against you, every person that walked away, every person that left you for dead, and the people that have been with you from the beginning, I'm here, and I want all of us to win.
This year, you got to maximize every moment. This year, you've got to crush every opportunity you get. This year, you've got to be all in.